Alright, here we are again at the week number 3. As you can see, we did a lot of mechanical work this week. We actually replaced the brake hoses up front, brake shoes, wheel cylinders, things like that. So the body work hasn't been done as much as I would like to. Plus we come up short a few days to actually work on it. However, we did get the left side pretty much done. Front left fender's pretty much done. We still got to work on these turn signal areas, weld on our patches. Doors are done. Rear quarter panel's just about done. Got to smooth out 1 or 2 rough spots. Roof's already finished. Hood's already finished. So we don't have to worry about those. As far as the passenger side goes, a little bit more work on this one. Not too much more. Both doors are just about done as far as body work goes. We just got to paint them up. Back passenger we're going to have to take apart, and the rear back seat area we're probably going to have to take apart because we got to get the rest of that trim off. We've got to do some research and find out the easiest way to get all that. This side's just about sanded down, so we'll primer that. We'll finish primering the roof and everything on this side. There are a couple rough spots still along the windows that we had to get. Other than that, it's a pretty good shape, slowly coming along, pretty much on schedule. The light system we're going to have looked at. I think next week somebody's going to come out and take a look at the car and see what we're looking for as far as that goes. The roof rack, we are looking into materials, whether we go with a steel build or an aluminum build. We're not quite sure how we're going to do it. We'd like to do the aluminum only because it'll be a little bit lighter, a little bit easier to move around. We're actually looking on a build where we can mount the legs to the roof and then attach the roof rack to it so that if we need to, we can always take the roof rack off. We'll see how that goes. We're not real sure yet. Probably going to end up working on that stuff whenever this thing goes to the paint booth, which I'm actually hoping that next weekend we'll have it at a point where we could actually take it to the shop and have it done. But we'll see what happens. We're going to try to get these weld the patches on this week. So those will be done. We'll be able to finish the rest of the body work, smoothing out those patches on this side and the other side. I will get the rest of the sanding done. And we'll get the rest of this primer on here. We'll get the rest of the trim that we want to get off of there. Then it's just going to come down to these fiberglass wings on the sides, trying to get those evened out. The paint job is terrible on them. It's peeling, it's bumpy, it's really bad. You really can't see it from the video, but there's a lot of sanding, a lot of smoothing out that needs to be done on those, and because it's fiberglass, we have to be really, really careful with what we do. So we're going to go with that probably next week. Slowly but surely we'll get it done. Might actually throw the primer on. Might even get a can of red paint and kind of see what our fins would look like as far as how we would paint them red, and just kind of even it out. But we'll see how it goes. Once we get the whole car primered, I think we're going to do white primer on the doors just so that when we're cruising around, until it actually gets completely painted, we'll be able to throw our magnet emblems on a door just for show. Got to finish with the windows. I have one more window to tint, which you can kind of see on the back side there on the passenger side. The rear window needs done. It's got a slight curve to it, and I don't think I'll be able to do it myself without a little bit more expertise, so I might get somebody to help me out doing that one. But the bodywork looks pretty good, as you can see from that fender there. Pretty smooth lines. I was pretty impressed with the work we did, considering I have no bodywork experience. This door, really good as well. I'm hoping that it all turns out to be the same way. This door looks pretty good too. It isn't a smooth paint job, so you really can't see it too well. Other than that, I guess we'll just update you next week for continuation of the build.